What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about Faraday Future, ticker is FFIE. I want to give you a good breakdown of what the data is saying and potentially where things might be going from here. Before I get into any of that, you guys know the deal by now. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And without further ado, let's get right to it. So currently down 3.5%. There is a hell of a lot of fear that is out in the market. And even yesterday, I think Faraday was up roughly about 2.5%, give or take. And that was still fairly good considering the fact that the market's been in a little bit more of a panic mode. So in general though, there's a lot of different things moving with the mentality of Faraday investors. And I just want to show you this as well. So keep in mind, like I said, it's not necessarily just a full Faraday sell-off. This is just a broad market sell-off as well. So the overall fear right now is 33. So, and plus based on everything, I do anticipate it to move a little bit more into the extreme fear as we get closer to the 22nd, which of course is where the Feds might be increasing the rates once again. But Faraday did have their earnings in general pretty good, to kind of say. But of course, when it comes down to it, I think in reality, a lot of people just wanted to know how much cash and if there's going to be dilution. And for the most part, if they're going to stay alive. And based on their earnings, they did have a total of 18.5 million at the end of the quarter, 37.5 million as of March the 3rd, and which 2.1 of that was restricted cash. So in general, it's a good amount of cash, by no means what they should have. So just be aware of that. Of course, that does mean that they're going to have to do dilution multiple different times in the coming quarters, but still, I think that is the better option rather than bankruptcy, of course. So when it comes down to it, as you can see right here, it does show that it looks like their plan is to raise 50 million. So in general, I think that might be something just to be aware of. So it says Faraday Future to host special shareholder meeting, plans to raise 50 million. So I like this using Staking Alpha. They also do have a 7-day free trial through my link in the description below. So if you like a lot of the good, easy content that you can read in one spot, definitely take a look at that, take advantage of this promo, or at least that 7-day trial. But when it comes down to it, like I said, I want to give you a good overview of a lot of different factors. And I know I didn't really touch on the Faraday earnings per se in depth, but like I said, I think the thing that I wanted to know was their cash and if they basically were going to bring up any severe risks. But if you do want a dedicated earnings video, I can definitely do that. Let me know in the comments below about that. But I'll give you a quick update on shorts because unfortunately shorts are really plaguing Faraday. So short score is currently 74, utilization is 100%. And as far as what shorts are doing within the first 8 minutes of the trading day, they're increasing 1.04 million shares. So they are very much taking advantage of the broader economic fears. So as you can see, all the indexes kind of rotating here, everything for the most part is just in sell-off mode. Cost to borrow right now is 8.56. So given the circumstances and the huge amount of fear, I anticipate shorts to most likely continue to get in, unfortunately. But of course, I'm not a financial advisor, so you guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. As of right now, there's only been one transaction and it's fairly small. But even if we do look at, for instance, yesterday's, there was a lot more calls being purchased. So of course, that is very optimistic. Clearly, despite the shorts doubling down yesterday, I do see that clearly this is showing that there is some optimism with Faraday. So of course, that's just my own interpretation. Some things I just wanted to share with you. The latest Morningstar report does show the fair market value for Faraday being $1.02. So of course that might mean something, might mean nothing. It's up to you guys to determine that. But on a side note, it does say that the uncertainty is extreme as of right now. So again, that might be something just to factor in. I was hoping that some analysts would jump on board, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it. Looks like the latest ratings were all still from mid-2022. So hopefully some more come down the pipeline, but based on even, for instance, in 2021, there was a lot of optimism, and you can tell that based on the target prices as well. So of course, let me know your thoughts on that. When it comes down to it, I personally feel that it's going to be the technicals that drive everything for right now, at least in the foreseeable future. And it did bounce off of that 50-cent mark, which of course is a very big psychological kind of support level. But unfortunately, it is below both the 50 and 100-day moving averages. And for the most part, it was actually holding right above on that red line right there. So the 100-day moving average, but unfortunately, because of the fear that's been going on, it did kind of break it a little bit, going right below it, unfortunately. So in the end, how I see things going is just going to follow the fib levels. And as of right now, currently trading between the S1 and the pivot. So of course, that's actually pretty good. I know a lot of you are saying, well, Faraday's gone down so much, it sucks. But in general, it's actually doing fairly good compared to a lot of other growth stocks. So once again, that's a little bit more of a positive sign if you want to consider it that way. But if it does break below this 47-cent mark, then most likely it might hit that 28, or at least trade within that 28 to 47, unless there's either a good catalyst to take it out above that or potentially below that. And as well, what some indicators that I like to look at are showing momentum number of retail investors are getting in. So clearly people see value in Faraday right now at the discounted level it is. Stochastic has a very big deviation right now though. So red line above the black showing a little bit more of a bearish sentiment. So I think behind the scenes, a little bit more of a mix. So like I said, some bearish, some optimism. So it's a good combination of both. But no matter what though, they do have to dilute several times in the foreseeable couple quarters at least. So let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. Give yourself a shout out if you have been buying, selling, holding, whatever you've been doing. Give yourself a shout out in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Faraday.